You think it's just another friendly talk. She's laughing, playing with her words, maybe teasing you a little. It feels normal, harmless. But underneath the surface, her body is having an entirely different conversation, a silent one. One made of glances, small movements, and invisible electricity. While her voice stays calm, her body speaks in a hidden code, a code of attraction she might not even realize she's sending. Her lips move, but it's her eyes that pull you in. Her posture shifts ever so slightly, not away from you, but toward you. Her words might say, "I'm fine," but her energy says, "I see you." You just never learned how to listen to that language, because no one teaches men this stuff. We're trained to focus on words, when the truth lives in gestures, tone, and space. Most guys miss the signs, not because they're blind, but because no one ever told them what to look for. Today, that changes. Because attraction isn't spoken, it's revealed. And once you learn to read these hidden forces, you stop guessing how she feels, and you start knowing. That's the difference between confusion and connection, the open door. When a woman feels that spark, something subtle changes in the way she exists around you. Her body opens, literally. It's as if her energy says, "You're not a threat, you're someone I want near." She might uncross her arms, straighten her spine, or turn her torso so it faces you directly. These tiny movements seem innocent, but they carry centuries of instinct. Watch closely. You'll notice she starts to make space. Maybe she moves her purse from her lap to the side. Maybe she sets her phone down, or slides her drink away from her chest. She's not thinking about it. It's automatic. It's her body quietly clearing the path between you, removing barriers that once kept you out. That's not a coincidence. That's biology. For thousands of years, the body has known what the mind still hides. Open posture means safety. Safety opens the door to connection. So when she relaxes her shoulders, tilts her hips slightly toward you, and exposes the front of her body, that's not random comfort. That's receptivity. It's her subconscious saying, "I'm not defending myself anymore. I trust your presence. I'm open to what happens next." This is the first force, the beginning of everything, because attraction doesn't start with touch or words. It starts with permission. And that permission is silent, but powerful enough to change the air between you. That's the moment attraction starts to breathe. A door quietly opens, and her body just invited you through it. The eyes that can't lie. You can fake a smile, you can fake interest, but the eyes, never. Because the eyes don't lie, they reveal. When a woman feels that spark of desire, her pupils widen on their own. It's not something she decides. It's her brain releasing dopamine, the same chemical that floods when we crave, want, or dream. Her body doesn't ask for permission, it simply reacts. So when you're talking to her and the lighting hasn't changed, but her eyes look darker, deeper, almost glossy, that's not coincidence. That's attraction made visible. But it's not just pupil dilation, it's how she looks at you. She might hold your gaze a heartbeat longer than normal, just enough to make you notice. Then she looks away, then back again. That little rhythm, look, pause, look away, return. It's ancient, a dance older than language. It's her subconscious saying, "I see you, I feel this." Sometimes it's playful, a tease from across the room. Sometimes it's quiet in the middle of a conversation, when you've just made her laugh. Her eyes soften, her pupils widen, and for a split second, the whole world disappears except for the space between you. That's not imagination, that's chemistry, that's biology. Her eyes are windows into her nervous system, and when desire hits, they open wide to let you in. So remember this. When her words sound calm, but her eyes are locked, lingering just a little too long. You're not just looking at her, you're watching her desire come alive. The mirror of desire. There's a moment, quiet but powerful, when you realize she's starting to move like you. You lean forward slightly, and seconds later, she does too. You rest your hand on your chin, and suddenly, hers follows. You take a sip from your drink, she reaches for hers. It's not copying, it's connection. Her body isn't imitating, it's tuning in. It's as if her nervous system has locked onto yours and started to follow your rhythm. Psychologists call it mirroring, but it's older than psychology. It's nature's way of saying, we are in sync. You'll feel it before you notice it. The conversation flows easier. The pauses feel comfortable. Even the air between you feels warmer. Her tone starts to soften, not forced, just naturally. Her laughter matches your timing. Her breathing slows to your pace. It's almost like you're dancing without music, each of you moving to the other's unspoken rhythm. And the beauty of it is she doesn't even realize it's happening. It's not a performance. It's instinct. Her brain recognizes something it wants to align with, and it starts syncing automatically. When that happens, you don't need to chase chemistry. It's already there. It's happening on a level beneath words, a current of energy running quietly between you. So if you notice her gestures echo yours, if her tone, posture, and presence begin to reflect your own, understand what's really happening. It's not coincidence. It's communication. Her body is telling you, I feel what you feel. We're connected. That's the mirror of desire. And it's one of the clearest signs that the spark between you has become something alive, the touch of vulnerability. Attraction always comes with tension. It's that quiet electricity in the air, the unspoken pull between two people who feel something but haven't said it yet. And tension always looks for a release. That's why you'll start to notice her hands moving, slowly, softly, almost without purpose. She touches her neck, her lips, her collarbone, her hair. It's not a show, it's instinct. She's not performing for you. She's regulating herself. Her body is caught between excitement and nervousness, and touch becomes her way of grounding that feeling. When she runs her fingers across her collarbone, she's not just drawing a line of motion, she's revealing one of the most delicate parts of her body, a space that only comfort can expose. When she flips or twirls her hair, it's a blend of playfulness and self-soothing. Hair has always been a symbol of vitality, and by touching it, she's unconsciously saying, do you notice me? And when she bites or moistens her lips, that's where instinct takes over completely. A dry mouth is a natural side effect of arousal, so she wets her lips, and in doing so, makes them appear fuller, softer, more inviting. These aren't rehearsed moves. They're micro-releases, tiny bursts of emotion leaking through control. A tilt of the neck says, I trust you enough to be exposed. A light brush of the hair says, I want your eyes on me. A lip bite says, I'm nervous, but I hope you notice. These gestures are primal, older than words, older than culture, written deep into the biology of attraction itself, because when a woman feels safe and desired, her body stops hiding and starts speaking, not with words but with touch. It's the body's oldest language, and if you can read it, you'll never be confused by mixed signals again. The space that disappears. Every person has an invisible bubble, a small circle of space that keeps the world at a safe distance. We protect it without even realizing it. Strangers stay outside it. Friends stay near it. Only the ones we trust or desire are invited inside. When a woman feels that pull of real attraction, that bubble begins to shrink. It's not always obvious at first. It starts with small movements. A lean a little closer than before, a shoulder that turns toward you, a brush of the hand that feels accidental, but none of it is random. Every inch she closes is a quiet decision. I'm comfortable here. I want to be nearer to you. She might choose the seat beside you instead of across. She might step into your personal space while talking, just close enough for you to feel her energy but not touch. That's her body testing the air between you. She's saying, can you handle this closeness without breaking it? Because attraction isn't just about words or looks. It's about energy management. She's watching how you respond when the space disappears. If you pull back, her instincts register it instantly. Safety turns to distance. But if you stay calm, centered, steady in your energy, her body reads it as confidence, as grounding. And that's when she moves even closer. The space between you stops feeling like space at all. Her arm brushes yours. Her knee touches your leg and doesn't move away. Her voice softens. The conversation slows. You've entered her intimate zone, the space reserved for trust, chemistry, and possibility. At that point, she's not being polite anymore. She's not being curious. She's interested. Because when a woman feels desire, distance becomes uncomfortable, proximity becomes magnetic, and the closer she gets, the louder her body speaks the truth her words will never say. That's the final force. The moment when awareness meets instinct and space quietly disappears. The cluster rule. But remember this, one sign on its own means nothing. Anyone can cross their legs, look away, or play with their hair. Those things happen all the time. Real attraction doesn't live in single gestures. It lives in clusters, patterns, moments that stack and reinforce each other. When her body opens up, when her eyes linger a little too long, when her voice softens and her hand brushes yours in passing, that's not coincidence. That's connection revealing itself, piece by piece. You're not looking for one sign. You're feeling for a pattern, a shift in the energy between you. Because when 3 or more of these signals appear together, they stop being random. They start speaking the same language. That's when you can trust your intuition, not as a guess, but as awareness. Her body has already said yes, long before her words ever will. That's the power of the cluster rule. It's not about hunting for signs. It's about seeing what's already there. Awareness is power. These are the hidden forces behind a lustful woman's body language. Subtle, instinctive, unspoken, they exist beneath the surface. In the glances, the gestures, the pauses. Most people never notice them because they're too focused on the noise of words. But now, you see what others don't. You don't need to chase. You don't need to guess. You don't need to perform. All you need is awareness. Because when you learn to read what's unspoken, you stop living in confusion. You stop overthinking, overreacting, and start understanding. Awareness is quiet. It doesn't try to impress. It simply observes. And in that stillness, you gain something most men never have. Clarity. This isn't about control. It's not about tricks or power. It's about connection, about seeing another human being for what they truly feel beneath the surface. When you reach that level of perception, you no longer get lost in mixed signals. You no longer chase what's uncertain. You notice, and you choose from strength, not need. So now ask yourself, which of these signs have you seen before, but only understand now? Write it in the comments below. Your experience might open someone else's eyes too. Let's build a space, a library of awareness, where men learn not to chase emotions, but to understand them.